question that I have for all of you as board members is that, there's probably a certain set of skills that you're looking for in this trustee appointment that you think is going to both bring great skills to our community's needs, but also to bring a great dynamic and energy to the village board. And what I'd like to hear is what each of you, if you had to pick maybe one characteristic or one specific skill set, what you think the absolute greatest need is for this trustee that you're going to appoint. What I wanted to do is I wanted to share with you all um, what I would choose for each of you. And, I've been really fortunate that during the experience of campaigning, I got to hear a lot of what residents had to say about the incredible skills that you each bring to the table. And I also got to hear that from village staff. And from attending so many board meetings, I've gotten to witness it firsthand. And from meeting you one on one or seeing you in the community, too, I also have this really fortunate experience of time to get to witness this and experience it myself as a resident. So for Allison, I wanted to share my gratitude for your responsiveness. And that's something I hear so much in the community, and I heard it a lot as I was connecting with residents. The time that you spend in responding to people's questions and concerns, and often uh, there they would be seeking clarification, and the time you spent to do that for residents, and that's incredible. And that's one of my expectations of elected officials, and I thank you for doing that. For Mike, your ability to look at the big picture and also then your attention to small details. Often individuals are either visionaries or very analytical in their approach, and you are kind of the master of both. And that's something I've heard from residents, it's something I've seen myself, and it's something I've heard from staff so many times. And how much of a gift that is that you bring to the table, and how much of an incredible asset it is to have somebody who can do both of those things at the table. Davida, your willingness to answer really tough questions is something that I so greatly admire from you, and it's something that I heard about from the community so many times. You ask questions that we need answers to, and that nobody else may be willing to ask. And your thoroughness is really important when the board's making decisions moving forward, and to have that transparency in decision making processes. And you are so respected in the community for doing that. Jessica, your determination and resilience is incredible. Getting to run a campaign alongside yours, it's something I just really admired about you. And also going through the process once and then getting back out there and doing it again, and taking the experiences of what you learned through that first campaign of connecting with residents and really using that in your leadership is something I admire. Tammy, you are progress for Shorewood, and you are a champion of our values. And that's the kind of person I want sitting at the table. So many of the things that you fight for is things that residents believe in. And I feel like having a strong voice like yours at the table who's really fighting for our community to represent where our values land is something that I always hope for when I mark a box for somebody on the ballot. So thank you for continuing to serve Shorewood's values. And then Anne, your thoughtfulness, your empathy, and your ability to hear people with differing viewpoints, and how you take that to heart in all your decision making processes, and especially in discussion at the village board, is something I just so greatly admire. I feel like I am a person with great empathy too. So often when I hear you speak, I can tell that you're speaking from a place in your heart, and that with that, you also speak from up here too, and you make very smart decisions. And I always want somebody who's gonna balance both the smarts and the logic with the data to making decisions, but also looking at how it's going to impact people, and having the empathy for the different ways that it's going to impact residents' lives is really important to me. So I wanted to thank you all for the opportunity to submit my interview via video and for having that consideration. And I'm really excited to hear what each of you pick as, that main characteristic or skill set that you're really looking for in this trustee appointment. So thank you again for the opportunity.